in the mythical world of ancient China, a land of legendary monsters, evil witches, and sinister villains, the wise monk Tripitaka and his protector, Monkey, set out on a treacherous journey in search of the fabled Scrolls of Wisdom. Joined by Pigsy and Sandy, these four companions travel together through this strange and magical world, enduring perilous adventures and dangerous adversaries on their mission for the Emperor and all of China. The Legends of the Monkey King is China's greatest story. It is an expedition unlike any other ever taken. It is the journey to the West. The wise monk Tripitaka and his companions continued on their long trek from China to India in search of the ancient books of wisdom. Their travels had brought them to the peaceful land of Wuji. They were approaching the royal temple, which stood not far from the palace of the king. The temple beckoned to them, offering a place of welcome rest. Little did they know that treachery was afoot.
Shall we enter?
Yes, master.
The sweet, soothing incense that filled the air promised a warm reception and a peaceful night.
Welcome.
The weary pilgrims quietly rejoiced. That night, while the royal temple slumbered in the silvery moonlight, Monkey, Pigsy, and Sandy were snoring happily away. They had not seen real beds in a long while. Tripitaka remained awake to study. But the long journey had tired him out as well, and he fell fast asleep. He began to dream, and in his dream, he heard a ghostly voice calling his name and beckoning him outside.
Tripitaka!
The lure of the voice was irresistible, and he followed it into the temple courtyard. There, he saw the king of Wuji.
O great and noble monk, I bear a terrible tale.
You must unburden yourself of your sorrow by opening your heart to me, O king.
I tremble at the memory of a great crime that was committed only 3 years ago.
Tell me of this crime.
At that time, the kingdom was plagued with drought. With no rain, starvation threatened. But a sorcerer appeared who said he could make the rains come. He bade me come with him to the highest battlement of the palace, and there he stood for days on end, not sleeping, not eating, and crying out mystical incantations straight into the dry mouth of the heavens themselves. I confess that as the days passed, my doubts grew, until at long last mighty clouds began to gather, and the rain fell on the parched earth below. From that day on, the sorcerer became my trusted advisor, and he shared in my kingdom like a brother, until one day as we walked in the garden, he invited me to look at my own reflection in a well.
I promise you, the well will reveal untold secrets. You have only to gaze into its mouth to behold the greatest of wonders.
Do I dare?
It is an opportunity you mustn't dare to miss.
Huh? I must confess, I see nothing unusual.
Gaze into it again. Let the waters reveal their truth.
The water seems troubled, but nothing more.
You must keep on looking.
All right, I'll try again. You shall live in the depths with me! Then the sorcerer, who had been my closest confidant and friend, sealed the mouth of the well with a great stone. Inside, I lost consciousness, trapped in a magical sleep at the bottom of the well. Yet while I slept, I seemed to dream a vision of the sorcerer above me, dancing in a frenzy. In no time at all, his treacherous intentions were revealed. He had transformed himself into my image to take my place on the throne of Wuji. And now I am begging you, O great and wise monk, to make this crime known to the world.
But how can this be done when the false king bears your image? I shall never be believed.
I shall give you a jade tablet. Tomorrow my son will pass the temple on his way to the hunt. If he sees this, he will understand all.
Monkey! Pigsy! Sandy!
What is it? What's troubling you, Master?
A great crime has been revealed to me in a dream. I dreamt I was given this tablet by the king of Wuji, and when I awoke, there it was. I must give it to his son. He will pass by here tomorrow.
Monkey promised to make sure that the king's son stopped at the temple. The next day, as the prince and his hunting party rode down out of the hills near the temple, Monkey was ready for them. He knew he had to find a way to lure the prince to the temple gate. So he turned himself into a great stag, whom he knew the prince would be sure to chase.
Yeah!
But Monkey was not so easily caught. He bounded away in the direction of the temple.
Look, man!
Monkey's plan had worked perfectly. The weary hunters were eager to stop at the temple and rest.
We shall halt here and refresh ourselves.
Meanwhile, inside the temple, Monkey and Tripitaka prepared themselves for the prince's arrival.
No.
Monkey put on yet another disguise. The prince and his entourage made their way boldly past the humble waiting monks.
Greetings. Greetings. Huh?
I welcome you, most noble prince.
It seems you were expecting me.
Yes, Prince, I was.
How did you know I was coming?
I was told that you would be passing by this way, and I was instructed to give you this.
Inside this box are answers to your most troubling questions.
Prince, what I have to tell you is a secret.
Huh? I have no secrets from my men, and I'm not about to send them away.
Well, in that case, I suppose you'll just have to wonder what I know.
Leave me, men.
Right. Prince, did your father have a sorcerer friend who disappeared?
Indeed, and a white jade tablet disappeared at the same time he did. Why?
He never left. He used magic.
What?
To lull your father to sleep so he could seize the throne.
Do you expect me to believe that the king sitting on the throne of Wuji is an impostor and not my father?
I swear to you that behind the false countenance of the king lurks the evil spirit of that sorcerer.
No, you lie, and you show great disrespect for a prince of the realm. I refuse to listen to your wild, unproven tales, you hear?
Will this serve as proof?
In astonishment, the prince gazed at the jade tablet.
How did you get this?
It was given to me in a dream by your father, the king.
I'd advise you to go to the queen, your mother, and ask her if she's noticed any changes in her husband.
I am forbidden to see my mother. The king has placed her under guard.
Then all you have to do is take this magic calabash and cry out, "Calabash, make clear my way!"
In the king's palace, the false sorcerer king suspected nothing.
Your tea, Exalted Majesty.
What took you so long?
In the kitchen, they are saying your son went hunting and stopped to speak to pilgrims at the temple.
Who gave him permission to do that? He never asked me for it.
The prince does not need permission to speak to such lowly folk.
All the same, these pilgrims are outsiders and may be dangerous to us in Wuji.
If I hear anything else about them, I'll tell you.
Not good enough. You will go immediately to the temple and find out everything you can about these pilgrims.
Yes,
I
Majesty.
want a full report within 24 hours, or you will pay.
You shall have it.
But the king's servant did not know he had Monkey to reckon with. In the flash of an eye, the spy was turned into a statue.
Don't worry, Master. It's a spy. I caught him outside. Something tells me the false king is worried about us.
We must be careful.
To prevent anyone from gaining access to the queen, the sorcerer king had doubled the guard outside her wing of the palace. But thanks to Monkey, the prince was prepared for this.
Now, Calabash, make clear my way.
the prince made straight for his mother's lonely island garden, from whence he could hear the sad notes of the queen's harp.
Mother? Mother! Can you hear me? It's your son!
But the queen continued to play mournfully upon her harp, a lonely and melancholy air that bespoke unimaginable depths of sorrow.
Mother? Mother! How long since I saw you last? I've missed you dreadfully.
My son, I don't understand. The king said you no longer wish to see me.
But that's unthinkable. I'd never say such a thing.
Oh, you've made me so happy.
Mother, has Father treated you well?
He has been cold and cruel ever since his sorcerer disappeared 3 years ago.
That's because he himself is the sorcerer. It's true. He used magic to steal the throne.
I've suffered greatly these last 3 years. Please don't hurt me anymore with these tales.
It's not as hopeless as it sounds, for Father is still alive somewhere.
Stop it. I cannot believe such a wild story.
Mother, I'm telling the truth. And I shall prove it. Here's the jade tablet that's been missing for 3 years. Last night, Father appeared to a monk in his dream and gave it to him.
Your father never went anywhere without this. So it's true. Oh, what are we to do?
You must not give in to despair, Mother, for I am sure I can rescue my father.
You can?
And I will make the sorcerer pay for this. I swear it!
In his righteous anger, the prince was already a formidable opponent to the evil sorcerer, but he would also have the help of Monkey and his companions, and he would need it. Night had fallen over the beautiful land of Wuji, where Tripitaka and his companions were staying in a hillside temple. 3 years before, an evil sorcerer had cast a spell over the king of Wuji, plunging him into a magical sleep at the bottom of a deep well. The sorcerer had then disguised himself as the king and taken his place on the throne. Tripitaka, having learned all this in a dream, had sent Monkey and Pigsy to find this well, which was now hidden. If they could find it, they would be able to rescue the true king of Wuji and restore him to his rightful place on the throne.
I bet it's in that clearing. You stand guard while I dig. This is a job for someone with big muscles.
Well, if you insist, go ahead. Doing a great job, Pigsy.
Huh? Oh. This could be it. There's a big rock covering something here.
Really? Well, Pigsy, time to show off that muscle of yours.
Huh?
Well, what do you know?
Found it! So now what?
One of us is going to have to literally get to the bottom of this.
So Monkey began to lower Pigsy into the well to see what was down there. The well was extraordinarily deep, but finally Pigsy saw the reflection of the water.
All right! I can see the bottom!
I'll take my staff back then.
Wait! Hey, what's the idea?
Pigsy, stop complaining and go find the king. Don't worry, I'll stand guard.
So Pigsy, who could breathe underwater like a fish, swam down to the very bottom of the well, where he spied a most unusual-looking building. The glass doors blocking his path slid open when he touched them.
Huh?
Inside were another set of doors. When Pigsy opened them, sure enough, there sat the king of Wuji.
Good evening, Your Exalted Highness.
But the king was in a profound sleep.
Sorry, didn't mean to disturb you.
Pigsy, what are you doing down there? I'm waiting.
He's there, all right, but I can't wake him.
Of course not, he's under a spell.
I knew that. Now get me out of here. I'm freezing, monkey.
Save your breath. You're not finished yet. You have to bring him up to the temple.
Hey, why do I have to do everything around here? It's not fair.
It's because of all those muscles of yours.
You think I don't know you're making fun of me?
I wouldn't dream of it. Now go get the king.
They've been gone a long time. I wonder if they've found him.
Master, you were right. We found the king. He was right where you said he'd be.
Well, what have you done with him?
He's outside, sound asleep. Come and see, Master.
There could be no doubting it. Tripitaka recognized the king from his dream.
It's the king, all right, but now what are we going to do?
We'd better have our muscular friend Pigsy carry him into the palace.
Huh?
Then everyone will see that the sorcerer on the throne is an imposter.
Listen, Monkey, I'm getting tired of this. Move the rock, Pigsy, down the well, Pigsy. Bring him up, Pigsy. Why don't you carry him?
But we'll never convince anyone if the king can't speak. We must find some way of waking him up.
Master, why don't I go and ask the Sage of the Clouds for a magic potion to break the spell, if he has such a thing?
I'm afraid that's the only thing we can do.
The Sage of the Clouds was a wise old man who lived on an island that floated in the middle of the air. Monkey had visited his magnificent golden temple before and headed straight to where he knew the sage would be at his meditations. There he waited respectfully outside until the sage bade him enter.
I've come to ask for a favor.
Yes, I know all about your troubles, Monkey. If I didn't, how could I call myself a sage?
So do you have a potion that can end a sleeping spell?
Let us have a look in the medicine calabash and see if I do.
And sure enough, inside the calabash was the cure for the sleeping spell.
There you are.
Thank you, Sage. This should help right a great wrong.
And back Monkey flew in excellent spirits to the temple of Wuji.
Master, I'm back! I have the cure!
Huh?
Help me feed it to him, Pigsy.
Down it goes.
Easy does it, Pigsy. He's a king, remember? There.
Your Majesty.
Oh, thank you for rescuing me. Thank you. Thank you.
But it was Monkey who awakened you.
You shall have my eternal gratitude.
It was nothing. Don't even mention it.
Well, I don't like to toot my own horn, but I also played a fairly significant role in your rescue, and I'm feeling kind of peckish.
Oh, you're hungry, aren't you? After everything you've done. But if you'll only wait, as soon as my kingdom's restored, I'll make you a great banquet.
Your Majesty, there is no need to trouble yourself. We seek no reward.
That's right, Your Majesty. No need to worry about us. We're here to help you. We have to find you some peasant's clothing so we can sneak you into the palace tomorrow.
But why must I dress like a peasant when I'm the king?
That humble act will help you regain your rightful place on the throne.
I shall do whatever is required of me.
Pigsy, bring me the wooden statue on the floor inside.
Gotcha.
Now listen to me, Spy. Tomorrow, the king will have visitors. The great Tripitaka and his companions.
Yes. Anything else?
Huh? How do you know he'll do what you say?
Because he's under my control. Now go tell the king.
And off flew the spying servant to the Sorcerer King. The next day, to announce to all the loyal subjects of the King of Wuji that a very special visitor was to be expected at the palace. A great celebration was being prepared. But in his throne room, the Sorcerer King was playing a very different tune.
Our visitor is a dangerous criminal. Hide yourselves and await my command.
The four companions slowly made their way up the steps to the palace. Along with them walked a most humble-looking individual dressed as an ordinary peasant. At the main gate, they were announced.
The monk Tripitaka and his disciples pay homage to your exalted majesty.
Tell me truthfully, what have you come for?
We've come to bow before the true king of Wuji.
Then tell me, why are you carrying hidden weapons?
We are not. We come in peace.
You're armed to the teeth and you've come in hopes of attacking me, haven't you?
Your Majesty, we wish no such thing.
Why so suspicious? Have you something to hide?
Intolerable insolence! Ha! Guards, seize them all!
Halt! Retreat! The time has come to reveal the truth.
Behold!
And to the astonishment of all, Pigsy and Sandy removed the peasant's cloak to reveal the true king.
What are you waiting for? Step forward and reclaim your rightful throne.
I command you to throw off that disguise and to show yourself as the evil sorcerer who betrayed me! Listen to him rant! What nonsense! He's just an unlettered peasant with a burning desire to take over my throne!
We'll just see who's burning, shall we?
Monkey gave chase to the evil sorcerer, who had flown off to the garden, where he assumed his true shape. Monkey had fought with many an evil opponent, but this sorcerer was truly fierce, and it took all of Monkey's strength to fend off his attacks. Now it was Pigsy's turn to fight. Monkey was just getting ready to capture the sorcerer when suddenly...
Monkey, leave him be.
It was the Lotus Buddha.
Great Buddha, I must punish this evil sorcerer.
No, you don't know who he really is.
Huh?
The Lotus Buddha then shone a great light upon the sorcerer, turning him into a lion.
He may be one of the fabled celestial lions, but he must be punished for what he's done on Earth.
It's true that he escaped the Celestial Empire and came to Earth with the sole purpose of doing mischief, and I shall punish him.
It's not exactly mischief to steal the throne of a kingdom and lock its rightful king in a well.
I shall teach him to change.
If you just give me a chance, I'll teach him in a way he won't forget.
Perhaps you are more in need of teaching than he.
Huh? Maybe you don't know how well I wield my staff.
Maybe you scorn my wisdom.
I'm sorry, of course not, Great Buddha. Take your lion and do with him what you will.
And once again, a great celebration was proclaimed in the land of Wuji. But this time, it was truly to mark an occasion of great joy, for the rightful king was restored, and now he longed to show his thanks to Tripitaka and his companions, and to his loyal and steadfast son.
Father! The celebration is about to begin, but no one can find the 4 pilgrims.
They could not wait here any longer, for their quest awaits. They are journeying west to find the books of wisdom.
It is a noble quest, my son, so I must be joyful that they are on their way.
Happiness had returned to the kingdom of Wuji, and the 4 companions were free to turn their steps once again in the direction of the setting sun. Every land through which they had passed had been changed for the better. To what strange adventure was the dying sun leading them now?